Welcome, good morning. This is Wake Up Hex, and this is your guy KNTX. I slept in, hit the snooze button, or my computer had to reboot. One or the other. It doesn't really matter. I am late. We had a great discussion in the green room before this even started. It's too bad because we should have had that discussion on stream, but now you guys just don't get to hear what we were talking about. So I'm not even going to change the subject. I'm not even going to bring that back up again. Cabana de Feu. Yep, that's right. We just didn't want to include you in our conversation, man. I really want to start the day with how pathetic you guys have become. I mean, let's be honest. You guys forget that this is the ratcheting mechanism in which we all get wealthy. We have to have this volatility. This is great. You weak handers are just shaking yourselves out. I've seen OGs weak handed shaking themselves out. Man, we were hoping we hit 10 cents by the end of this year. And just because we're at what, 15, 16, I think we went back up to 17. I'm not even looking because I'm staked. I don't even care. You guys are fudding, and we got higher up than we ever thought we would, or most of us thought we would this year. So, man, you guys need to chill. You guys need to relax. You guys just need to remember we're all here as a community. Let's have fun. We've got each other to lean on. It's okay. We don't have to make a 10,000x tomorrow. We've got time, man. There's so much time left in this game. You guys need to settle the F down, man. I'm just getting so sick of watching. I couldn't even be on Telegram yesterday. All I saw was whining, Nagabo complaining. I was like, man, we just, I got to take a break from this. So I went and did something that actually mattered. I went and hung out with my family yesterday. So I recommend you guys step away from the nomics. You guys step away from the Telegram and the Twitter. You guys go off and do something that's actually productive with your lives, because if you're staked like you should be in this system, you're making trustless interest anyway, or I'm sorry, trustless inflation anyway. So it doesn't even matter. You're getting paid every day trustlessly, regardless of what the price is. It's just a matter of time before that price goes back up. You know what? I think Richard Hart is loving the fact that people are dumping to get into meme coins, because that just means we come back stronger and we're more decentralized as far as the coin distribution is concerned. So you guys you can either calm down, or you can go to another community and you can go try to throw money at a freaking cartoon dog. It's up to you guys. You guys do what you want. But if you're going to stay in Hex, you guys got to calm down. I wanted to bring up whales only first on this subject matter, because we were literally laughing in the background about this.
Oh man, it's quite embarrassing, really, because I feel like I've been wasting my time for the past, I don't know, 9 months.
Yeah.
Not that I'm special, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This is like owning a business,
Yep.
right? And every
Yeah.
business is going to have ups and downs, and that's why you're staked, because that's the nexus that's going to cover you
Yep.
while you're taking the volatility. And the whole thing about it is being staked removes that negative externality. It really does. That's the
Yep.
whole point, right? You don't have to worry about downside price action, because in reality, you can't do a damn thing about it.
What are you going to do about it? You think complaining on Telegram or Twitter is going to
Right.
stop people from taking profits?
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And the thing that people just don't get, which disturbs me even more, is the simple fact that this is a pure market.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing is people deciding to exit their position.
And they
Whether it's
can at will, without
and they can
permission
at
from
will.
anybody.
Exactly. And whether it's emergency at stake or not doesn't matter. But what you're not looking or paying attention to is the most important fact of this whole scenario. And that's that while people are exiting, the number of people entering are multiple times greater than
Yep.
those exiting. So all of that hex that's being distributed is being accumulated by even more people.
Yep.
Just as you noted earlier, so we're even becoming even further decentralized.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually very bullish, and I got the data to show it. Just go to my charts. They're all right there. I mean,
That's
you're
right.
not looking at the information that matters. You're really not. You're looking at a price chart, and you got to understand humans are going to affect that side of the equation.
Well, remember when we were like, oh my God, 1 cent, 2 cent. We were like, oh my gosh, we're at 3 cents. And it was a big deal. Dude, we
Yeah.
moved 3 cents over the last 24 hours. Like that should show some support, and you guys should be really excited about that.
Well, the funny thing is when I came on the scene, I called out that this was an easy $10 product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of what it is and
You
what it
did.
does and whatever.
And
Right.
even I had unit bias being an original Hexagon. I was like, man, I don't know about $10.
Yeah,
and now I'm
didn't
like,
even think $1 was possible.
Yeah, and now that's FUD. $10 is FUD.
Correct.
As far as I'm concerned.
Right, and here we are. We hit 10,000x within 21 months. We hit 10,000x. So people are acting like this is the end of the world. Like we're still up like 5,000x. You guys realize this, right?
Yeah. we're still higher than I thought we were going to be by the end of the year.
And if you're staked, you're still up like 8,000x, like 7,000x. Like what is going on? I don't understand where all of this is coming from. If you don't understand the name of the game, you got to find another job.
This needs to be a different product. You need to find a different product or
no. They need to go elsewhere. They need to go up. This is not the business for them. Because the fact of the matter is, there's always going to be volatility. Yep. Where does anything go up in a straight line? Show me. I'll wait.
Just you mean other than the printing of the US dollar, but then the value goes down. So
correct. But there you go.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the rest of these Hexagon pirates since they.
Hello.
Hey guys, and I think this is markable. He said it was in the private chat, but we got no picture, we got no nothing. So
maybe
surprise.
is that
I am the captain speaking? Now.
I am the captain now. Okay, yes,
that's
it is. It's markable.
I have found a rug, and from now on, I'm the dude.
Yeah,
okay,
you're the douche.
I want to see I want to see the bathrobe, bro. That's what I want to see.
Man, yeah, let me see the bathrobe. If not, it's
not
coming. What was the drink?
When Hex said 5 cents,
the White Russian.
The robe is coming. Hex at 5 cents, then I'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, there you go.
Trustless yield.
I mean, it's
Hex at 1 cent is back at our baseline of what we wanted to accomplish for 1.5 years or something.
I'm praying we see 1 cent again. I'm praying.
If Hex is 1 cent,
I'm not even
selling
1 cent.
I'm selling everyone's house.
I'm selling something. I don't care what it is, but I'm selling something.
I'm selling someone's house.
Something, someone,
somebody's house.
Something getting sold.
Something getting sold. At least you don't need 2 kidneys, right? I'm just saying.
Dude, I've been trying to find a kidney buyer for years. Let me know if you can put me
on. rental. I'd like to
I'll rent it out.
At least I could probably sell some whale's kidney to whatever sushi place.
Okay.
In town.
Some kidney tartar.
Jeez, some tartar.
Oh man.
I apologize. I got a remaster with new sound. Thanks to Markable putting together the sound back with the video, and I forgot to upload it. I thought I didn't get it uploaded. It's my fault. It's all on me. So you guys didn't get to see the new revised version of Markable's wonderful opening. So.
In 80s mono.
That's right. In broken stereo.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yo, do people understand that Hex is like owning a business and that's the point of staking and that's like
no, I think it's supposed to be.
It's like owning a business, but you don't have to do shit.
Yeah, it's actually better. Yeah. It's actually better.
You have to calm yourself. It's very hard. You have to have enough.
Actually, you're right. Actually, the best calm is right.
And you know what that tells me? You know what that tells me with all the FUD going on in our community? It means you guys weren't wise enough to keep your day jobs and accumulate more in the meantime. You guys thought, it ran up, I can quit my job.
There are guys exiting like big positions who've been around for the duration of the whole run, and they're selling off millions and millions. It's not just taking a little bit of profit so that you can buy something. It's like really getting out. So if you've been around this long, this is the part that I understand there has to be corrections, and I'm not worried about Hex, but people who've been here for so long exiting their whole position, that is weird. Like
right.
No, it's not
automatic. Sometimes you just need $5 million.
The most prominent person dropped 150 million hex, his whole bag. He EAS'd it, and he got only 90 million out. He lost everything, and put it in another coin that gave him a 2x instead of the 10,000x that we have now.
Oh, people.
That
so
is
many
much
people are gonna
more.
do that to themselves.
This is what happened in the past, and people are doing it right now again. This is nothing new. We went through those cycles multiple times.
Yeah.
And speaking of cycles, that's a really good point. Did anybody that started on this journey believe that in 15 years there wouldn't be many cycles in Hex? And
Right?
that
Good
the first sign of a pullback, a healthy pullback, which is the fourth or fifth of its kind, really, you piss your pants and jump ship. Mwah. Sell me your bags. Sell me your bags.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. I mean, you know, to be streaming and for all of us to be having basically the same conversation for months on end, like we don't necessarily even need to continue streaming because there's nothing more to say. Everything is the same. All that you're doing is playing yourself because you're letting the fiat side of the equation play with your mind.
I know, it's true. And it's funny because if I could convince my wife, so I have other businesses that help pay our bills because I don't want to sell Hex down. But if I've got a lot of business credit available, and if I could just convince the wife that, hey, with this kind of pullback, this 65% pullback, now's the time to take out like a $500,000 business loan, babe, and invest. Like this is the time. And I really, like, if I didn't have a wife to keep me from tiptoeing to the edge all the time, I probably would have done this 10 times over.
That can be arranged, Mr. Kinetics.
Well, now's the time to consider it.
I know.
I take it that your wife.
Why don't you
doesn't
guys
watch
have that
these
conversation
streams?
with my wife so I don't have to?
Well, I don't
Do
think
the
any of
Peter
us can
McCormick
do
thing.
that.
How attached are you to this woman? Perhaps take a walk.
Yeah, perhaps we can work something out.
I'll split out a spleen for that lady, so I just got to get her on board.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right?
Would you occlude your epididymis, perhaps? Would you make such a sacrifice for this woman? Maybe go
Epididymis. I've heard this before.
What's with the German accent there?
all the
evil guys in movies, they're always German.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Oh, bro, you should hear his German accent, man. It's way better.
Wales, you want the 1% hex? What probability do you assign for a 98% correction?
Oh man, 0%, like 0.5%, maybe. I don't think that's gonna happen. Be nice.
The limits are set,
dude. At 1 cent, I will liquidate everything I own. We will live in a shopping cart for a month if I have to, at 1 cent.
Do you all remember how long it took us? How long it was to get the road to 1 cent?
Yeah, it was a while.
It was months and months.
Yeah,
let me check. So we had an
funny to hear all the haters
like
say
0.006 or something, and then it took months to get to 1 cent. It was it was 6 months. It was 6 months to get to that 1 cent. From 0.5 cent to 1 cent.
That's a long time, bro.
Yeah.
In Hex, it is. It's like years.
Yeah.
It's like
in
years.
crypto, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But then the moment we reached that one hex, 1 cent hex, it didn't take even as much time to reach it again. Yeah, we had the big
even reached 50 cents.
Oh, it really didn't take long at all.
No, we reached 50 cents in no time relative to how long it took us to reach 1 cent. And that's what people don't understand. They don't look at rates of change.
Yep. Hey, Chase, try to convince your wife to live in a shopping cart with 4 kids.
He said, okay, my wife won't live in a shopping cart.
Well, that's impossible. Then you need 2 shopping carts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
People did this for Bitcoin, and they were seen as crazy. There was this one dude who sold all his belongings, his house,
and they're doing
he left his job, and they lived in a trailer for like 5 years or something, right?
Yeah,
they
travel the
from
world
Sweden
now.
or something, or Norway or something.
Yeah, they were one
Netherlands.
of
They're from somewhere over
Netherlands, Dutch guys, yeah.
Netherlands. That's right. Yeah, and they I just read an article not too long ago. live in like 5 different tropical locations throughout the year, and they have like 5 or 6 different countries that they could keep all their seeds in. So
they got it.
Wow.
Yep, they did very, very well.
Yeah.
Selling everything they own. And what was it? 2012, I think they bought.
Yeah, it was early.
Oh,
They
my.
were early to the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine all of us guys being those guys that know better now. We've seen it happen. We've got a better product. It pays us trustlessly. Same thing can happen for us.
And you don't have to sell everything. Just part of your interest.
Yeah, you don't even have. That's the beautiful thing. These guys have to liquidate their capital appreciating asset to make money, or they have to give their keys over to a third party to gain yield on it. We don't have to do any of that. We could literally just scrape inflation for the rest of our days.
Yield. You're not selling me on the inflation thing. It's too confusing for the noobs. It's got to be
That's true.
yield.
You can just
like
scrape your yield.
Just like the interface says, right? It's APY.
APY
right?
yield.
APY, it's yield.
Okay, whatever works for me. I'm cool with that as long as it's not interest, because
as long as I
they're
get
not
more
handing it
hex,
over.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
So let me explain why. So for regulatory reasons, we can't use the term interest, because interest, the implication is that there is work from others with that term, because you're loaning money out in order to receive a gain in return for loaning that money out, and that is called interest.
Interest. Yeah.
In this scenario, what we're doing actually is we're planting a seed and waiting our time to get our yield. So that's why we're using the term either yield or inflation, because that's what the system is actually doing. It's generating inflation, and we can call it yield or inflation.
Yep. Absolutely.
So there you go.
I agree with Dorsey here. And by the way, no, Mr. Hex, Papa is very, very he's very attached to that Inspector Gadget hat.
This one is glued on.
It is glued on. Yeah, why are people selling with the gas prices like this? It doesn't. I guess if you're gonna sell, you might as well dump your whole bag, because the gas prices are ridiculous. But that seems to be maybe what's going through these retards' heads. I hate to be that way. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are retards for selling that big a bag.
No,
unless
crazy.
you got like the mob coming to break kneecaps. I don't understand why you guys are liquidating.
Yeah, that's a good reason to dump right there.
Yeah. In that case, then I totally understand. Save the kneecaps. So.
Yes,
So you know,
No. Fuck the kneecaps. I want more
I
hex.
also would be interested how to deal with taxes. Like if you sell that many millions, like where do you live? How do you deal with that?
Dude,
Because
even if it's
you're
just your
losing
principal,
so much on it, right? If you're not in
even
a
if in the
tax
United
haven or
States,
something.
in the United States, even if it's just principal and it's a capital appreciation, that can be considered a capital gains at the highest rate of 20%. It could be as low as 14, 15%. It's got to be 15% actually with that many millions, as long as it's long-term capital gains and you've held it for over a year. But that's still a lot of money. Could you imagine dumping $10 million and being like, yeah, you got to give 1.5 of that over to the IRS?
that hurts.
Ouch.
That hurts.
Ouch.
You know, it's crazy when I look at the stats on Staker app and I see the quantity of buys versus the quantity of sales. I'm just like floored, because it's always multiples greater in terms of buys versus sales. So that just lets you know that the people exiting are really either noobs or they're nefarious sellers.
Yeah. And it's very well, go ahead, Papa. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I wanted to note that the pattern of the D01, which started this whole kind of cascade. I want you to know that person was covering a shortfall in the liquidity pool where he got overextended and he lost out. So he had to re-inject USDC into the pool that he had, screwed up on. And then he went in for $6 million in the liquidity pool, and he's enjoying 32K a day as a result of that now. So he was pretty wise. And in order to do that, he had to get his price point, which was around 20 to 18 cents. And there you go. That's the way it happens. It's not, he was trying to encourage a lot of panic selling, but it really didn't happen until much later. So you guys fell for it if you're doing it now.
Right.
And I don't understand that at all. Well, no, I understand it completely. This is the wave, and the wave shall end, and thou shalt be very sorry, especially with this duplication coming up. You can't participate anymore. bye-bye. And guess what? Magic carpet ride happens. You're left in the dust. Oh,
Yeah.
why did I sell my hex?
Why did I sell my hex?
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's
No,
just
that guy had 8 million. He lost 8 million hex because he sold in the very early days of the AA. I think it was day 200 or something.
Yep.
He even sold before the AA was over. Jesus.
Why would I? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
just don't,
I
man.
definitely didn't. I can promise you that much right now. Hey, Alan, since I got you in here, I've been giving you a hard time for a long time. Let's go ahead and make you a mod, buddy. You are now a moderator, brother.
Ooh,
Alan,
Aw.
Right.
thanks
this
for
is
the
how can I
$5.
be a mod? Just send you $5.
He paid.
Okay.
He paid the threshold to get in.
All right. You finally met the threshold.
That's right. Exactly right. Hey, Alan, that is a great point. Hex sellers right now are like boxers taking headshots while young, giving their future selves brain damage. Yep. Yep.
That's a great analogy, man.
That
That's
is really a great way to
analogy.
put that.
Yeah,
Oh.
because they're definitely going to be hating themselves in the future. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, it's funny, man. Like you guys were saying earlier, when I found Hex, in my mind, I was already looking for that replicated Bitcoin trade. I was looking for that trade that's going to make me a billionaire. I don't care about a 210. I don't care about measly X's. Like a lot of people already captured their 10,000 X, right? And they think that that's something. But what they don't understand is that Bitcoin has done like 80 million% or 8 million%, excuse me. Like the number that Richard quotes is after a penny. It's not the all-time price action. So a lot of you guys are out there not understanding the mission whatsoever. Not paying attention to the fact that Richard does not have to do anything. He does it because he wants to, because he's rich as fuck and he doesn't have to do anything. Like the man is rich just off of Bitcoin alone and he doesn't need to spend his Bitcoin.
Yep.
Like you guys need to really sit down and analyze the situation because you're all looking foolish. Math provides clarity and none of you are using it.
See, guys, this is a true Hexican. Second happiest day of this month for him, and we're in a down market. So he gets it. He gets it.
The first
Sorry.
happiest day was the 65 Gwei for an actual send that he got the other day.
Right. So I really like what you have to say here. Captain would kill me for talking religion and politics, but I happen to agree with you on that one, so.
Jesus is the answer?
Jesus, your gardener is the answer.
T-shirt is the answer,
Oh,
man.
damn.
But it's true what Wales is saying. I mean, none of the fundamentals,
Sorry, yes.
none of the fundamentals have changed, if not for the better, because more sellers, more buyers than sellers, so we get more adoption. We've got the US road trip going on right now. The OA is not selling as before, so nothing really has happened in a negative way. Zero. Like we've got the documentary going, we got the US road trip, we got so many things happening right now. Pulse chain coming up, doubling of your bags coming up. Why get out of your position like that? I don't get it.
Yeah, we've got such amazing things around the corner here, guys. I'm glad this is happening at the time that it is.
For sure.
Because we really need to let these
It's like
guys
clearing out the house, right?
It literally is. And
yeah,
the whole point of us getting involved in this is to enrich our lives, right? So I don't hate on anyone taking profits.
Not at all.
I really don't.
But that's not what's happening, though, in my opinion.
No, it isn't. And I agree. But it's okay because that gives new
yeah.
entrants an opportunity to buy at a reasonable price.
It's great because it's just like Cryptomatic said. We're just about to get a free double. People want to give that away. More power to them.
Yep.
Because I'll gladly take their hex off of their hands, just like the rest of the people that are buying right now.
If you guys don't think, I don't even care how long it takes for Pulse to come out, honestly.
Yeah.
That to me, the longer the better, because people are still sacrificing. You're building that baseline of what they won't sell, what price they won't sell at. So that's cool with me. But if you guys don't think that we're gonna get at least a $1 hex before Pulse is released, then go ahead and sell your bags now, so we can go ahead and take those 3, 4, 5 X's in the meantime.
Thank you kindly. It's kind of crazy, right? Because people don't really understand what's going on. And that's kind of the sad thing, because I've explained it so many times that it just lets me know that anytime I stream, I'm really just wasting time in most cases.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the overall market price action that you're seeing in terms of size is indicative of those that have been around the longest.
Yep.
Unless those that are exiting just came in, which from the tape action that I've been reading, it's always been people that have been around for a while, more than 300 days. Anytime I look at an address, a wallet address on a big sale, it's typically somebody that's been around. So in my mind, that tells me that these people just don't understand at all that run up was really network effect taking hold.
Mm-hmm.
So them selling now is them basically saying, all right, I'm ready to take a loss right here.
Yeah. Yep.
Or I'm ready to get off the train right here. And that's the end of the ride, right? Like there's no getting back in.
For them.
Yeah.
It's the end of the ride for them.
For them.
But they are the redistribution mechanics for everybody else who
Correct.
just came in as a new person.
Correct. Because here's the funny thing. When did Bitcoin stop going up?
Right.
Ciao, ciao.
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 But when has Bitcoin stopped going up?
Ciao.
It's still going up.
Well, hello,
Ethereum,
people.
when did it stop going up? It's still going up.
Yep.
Right? So Hex is outperforming them. Hex is better than both. So when is Hex actually going to stop going up? I mean, it hasn't stopped going up yet. We started the year out at what, 2 cents, 1.5 cents, something like that.
Yes.
We're at 17 and a half, 18. So, well, 8x on the year by mistake. Not a bad look. We were just at 25x on the year. We still got over 45 days left on the year. This is crypto. So
there's a big event going on in London here soon. That's going to garner some eyes.
Don't know what people are thinking. Well,
1 month left.
I know.
There are still a few tickets left, apparently.
Oh,
is there?
okay.
Well,
as of yesterday, I think it was like double digits, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know the number, but the buy option is still available on the website, so I assume there are still a few left.
Well, I'd really like to meet you, Hexakin. So if you guys can make it, the prices really aren't that expensive. So unless using your
KNTX at London confirmed?
Possibly. Possibly. We will see. We will see.
We'll see you there.
How are you going to?
I'm going to London, but I might just skip out on this whole Hex birthday bash thing.
You're going shopping.
Surprise
guest. Skip out on it. So I'm just gonna fly out to London.
I'm just gonna fly out to London.
Yeah, go Christmas shopping.
Sai from Hex Toys has a Bugatti. Has a Bugatti.
What's the whole rumpus about this fish and chips thing? I just came to the sample.
Yeah, that's right. I want to see if it's true about these fish and chips, you guys.
Just tell us your quarantine address, and we're gonna visit you in your hotel room. Everybody after the party, house party at KNTX hotel room.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
After
I'm staying at the shopping cart in the alley behind. Yeah. I want to address this real quick. So, if Richard Hart dies or disappears, it may hurt the price temporarily right now just because we have so many things going. But the moment that Pulse goes live and it's available on both sides, Hex is available on both sides, it doesn't even matter. And in fact, I think this would go forward anyway because it's in the devs' best interest to make this happen even after Richard goes away. So it may take a little bit longer for the traction on the USD pricing to get kicked in, but it doesn't matter, guys. The code continues on without him. Even if the hex.com website goes down, the go.hex.com website goes down, we've got 5 other front ends. It doesn't matter, guys.
I believe that Richard is a very strong person. He's survived many fashion mistakes, and I believe that he will continue ticking on as long as we need him. But we don't necessarily need him because Hex is complete. He made it complete.
Yep.
Ask yourself the same question for what happened after Satoshi disappeared / died.
It went up.
People still create
million X.
People still created Ethereum. People still created the thousands of other coins with different use cases. Created more scams. Created products.
Nothing.
The whole industry in the old finance world built around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like the founder is not a necessity. You need the founder to get the ball rolling, but after that, it's not really in his hands. Not completely.
It's on us.
Our balls are not in his hands. I got it.
Correct. Our balls are in our courts, not in his hands.
So, Kyler, thank you for letting Wales know that there's a lot of suckers that haven't been listening to Wales well, but you have. And so thanks to Wales, Kyler Kaufman is to pay off his student loans and his
Shout out
mom's
to
house.
Kyler, man. He's a smart kid. Everybody
Yes,
isn't smart like you, Kyler, unfortunately.
Yep. And that's why I have him on my show. So I don't care if you give a shout out to Wales on my show. As long as you're watching my show, I'm good.
Well, you know, here's the thing, man. All the information that's shared is shared for the community, you know, and this is all information that we want people to succeed from, because this information is being given so that everybody can benefit from it. The reality is that people are always going to sell, and that's always been on the table. That's never been off of the table. The reality is, however, that those that are selling are wrecking themselves because they're missing out on the monumental gains that are left to be had.
Yep.
Fact.
You're selling
not opinion.
You are losing out on the opportunity. It is an opportunity
cost. Yeah,
yep.
100%.
It is an opportunity cost to lose the future gains.
I mean, think about this. Imagine being the schmuck that bought Bitcoin at 0, sold it at 1,000, and thought you were the king.
Yep.
600x later. You're not that fucking smart, are you?
Yeah,
no.
Are they trying to chase other coins now because they think that the Bitcoin cycle is reaching his last leg?
I guess.
And
that's what I've
they're
been noticing,
jumping
right?
from here to there, so then they're not hexicans anyway.
If you are chasing, you're
anyway.
just buying another man's bags.
agree.
Like, man, you're not early.
Yeah,
Hex is one of those cryptos where crypto products where you don't want to go only off price, because for most other things you go off price, but of the fundamentals. You look at the fundamentals and what it does for you long term.
But here's the thing, though, Dazbomb, and this is the thing that kind of irks me, just as far as the promise coin space in general goes. So there you go. Shout out to Peter for running the show out there. And
Crypto School, come and join us sometime.
Yeah, should. If he's not shy. Yeah, should run right now if he's not shy. You know.
All right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. When you think of crypto, what do you think of as far as gains go? Because this is what I don't understand. I think of billions and trillions of dollars. I don't think of millions even. I don't think of a Lambo. I think of a whole wealth transfer. This is what I think of. So I don't understand what people are missing here. This is like the most straightforward trade I've ever seen in my life. Like whatever coin you're buying, then this is gonna be a real this is why I don't talk about speculative assets, right? Like somebody was trying to come at me the other day about not talking about meme coins and shit. And fuck meme coins. I'm gonna be straight up. Fuck meme coins. You want to speculate? Speculate. Nobody's telling you not to.
Even the whales only coin?
Whatever. Speculate all you want, but don't expect me to invite anybody else to that party, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to advise people on what the smart money does. And that is taking no fucking losses ever. That's what smart money does. Now, if you're selling Hex because you're not staked, then you're not smart money, motherfucker. 1 + 1 is 2. And it's that simple. Because look at me. I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm the one talking the talk. And not only am I fucking talking it, I'm walking it. My staking average is 14.6 years. Not fucking 5, not 7, not 10, not 13, but 14.6. And it's only 14.6 because 10 of my fucking T-shares are too fucking shorter than I want them to be. That's it. Other than that, that shit would be 15.2, which is the max.
Yes.
Because the whole objective of this game is to become rich beyond my wildest motherfucking expectations. So not only that I don't have to do a damn thing, but neither do my grandchildren, nor my grandchildren's grandchildren.
That's the play I'm going for.
That's what I thought.
It's a legacy.
That's all I've been talking about. So if you misunderstand what I'm talking about, that's your own fault. because I'm never going to talk about a meme coin because I have no interest, zero interest on a short-term play.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. And I'll keep building businesses and keep making money other ways until that becomes the reality.
And here's the thing. If you want to speculate, you speculate. I'm not telling you not to, but I'm telling you that my line of approach as far as being a public persona is it's not on speculation. I am never going to be the person that's going to say, hey, guys, I'm sorry for that bad trade. I don't want to be that guy.
Nope.
That's why I never, ever talked about trading publicly, ever. That's why I only talk about Hex publicly.
And the guy knows how to trade, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? How else am I still surviving? Right? Like, if you've ever worked, you know that your income is not sufficient. You need supplemental income. I don't give a fuck what your profession is. So that for me has always been trading. Otherwise, I'd be in the street. So yeah, you got to be able to make money and you have to know how to lose money. But with Hex, that whole losing part is not a part of the equation. And people do not understand that. That's why you stake. Damn, ran over.
You're not losing money if you're staked.
Well, no, you're getting paid every day. Right? Now, if
Trustlessly.
And if your APY on a daily basis is smaller than the down move in the price, and that's probably your fault, or we had a crazy move to the downside that is out of the statistical norm.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, because 40% a day is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know if you're not looking at what the payouts look like, but that's kind of where they shape up to be most of the time. 37.
40% APY dealt out daily. Not 40% daily.
Cryptomatic
no.
Fudded himself out. He says, I'm not that strong. I only
sorry,
got
keep it real.
9.8 years.
People were just calling me out in the chat like, DJ, we're watching you for 15 years. Gotta keep it real.
I might not be here at 10.
yeah, just shy of 10 years. I'm out, guys.
I'm old too.
I'm out.
Right.
I have a different life reality.
I'm pretty sure at some point the people that build everything will slowly phase out and get replaced by new ones.
Yeah, that's typically how
community. Like that's usually what's with every community is happening, because you're moving from novice into intermediate into you're doing something and then you become the mentor role. That's basically what funding Jim feels like to me. He's doing so many things in the background and he's trying to teach people, but he's not an active person in the chat every day, for example.
No, he is not.
Yeah. Right. I get what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all going to ultimately go there. And that's why I think it's important for all of us to have a standard and maintain it and ensure that all of those newbies that come on board are of the same caliber, because we don't want the community to go left or right. We want it to stay on course.
Yep.
And I think that's important.
I got to give a shout out to Gary, to Funding Jim. That guy is living his high and best life right now. He liquidated all worldly possessions, bought a shit ton of Hex, left a lot of
sold his car.
Put a lot of money in the savings account so he can travel the world and talk to these people. He just got done driving race cars with George Gammon and hanging out with Robert Kiyosaki at his house. If you don't think those guys know what Hex is now, you're fooling yourselves. He is doing the Lord's work out there, and we don't even realize
selling at these prices,
and they're selling at this. Dude, he was talking to some very influential people about buying Hex and even gifting them a little bit of Hex to show them how it works. Very influential people, and not just the people I named on stream, because I promise I wouldn't tell everything that he's doing.
Can't talk about everybody, man. But you know what, KNTX? This is why I don't like talking about any of that stuff, because at the end of the day, the reality is that Funding Jim could go talk to whoever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter, because if they don't come now, they're coming later. It is all irrelevant, folks. Yep. Because when you're fucking with the best, it doesn't fucking matter when you show up to the party. You're still gonna show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really optional. And I've always said this, and nothing has changed. Just because you've seen a 60-70% price drop, that's a function of a pure market. That's people deciding to sell. That's people redistributing the best asset on the planet to those that actually want it. And you're not looking at the data, then that's your own fault. That's nobody else's fault because the data's out there to be seen. I produce data that shows this. You can crunch the data yourself. You can look at the liquidity pools and how they fluctuate over time. You can look at whatever you want. But if you're not doing the homework, you're going to get left behind. No doubt about it.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what Funding Jim does, because here he is doing all this great shit, and here people are selling the fuck out of Hex.
Yep. That to me
shout
is
out
so
to him, though,
bullish.
Selling
he
the
is-
fuck
he
out
is
of
doing
their
God's
future.
work, right?
Yes, he
Because
is.
big names now know Hex, and it didn't have to take normal time to happen, right?
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is, people still selling. So,
yep, I love it. So I think it's great that, to me, the people that he's talking to is just another buy signal. If it wasn't for the performance of Hex as it had over its historical timeline, if that wasn't enough to sell you, the people he's talking to, you guys better YOLO in right now. Or that's how I feel in my own heart, is that I need to YOLO in as hard as I can right now.
yeah.
So because these people are coming and they got more influence than any of us little peons on the screen here. So they're gonna see
I
this
wish I
thing.
would never have to sell some Hex.
Oh, me
I
too.
just want to keep it forever.
I know, me too. I
That's
just
the
want to
plan.
keep rolling stakes
That's
over
To
and
literally-
find
over and over.
alternatives.
That's literally why I'm staked out so long. I'm a believer of seeing the future, and what I see is that the world has no choice but to go this route. Give me a second, guys. I gotta hop on the call.
No worries.
We got
I
the
like this.
perfect. We got the
Go ahead.
perfect song. But sorry, I saw the comment as well. I wanted to point it out, but just before we move on, this is the perfect storm. You got Hex, you got the Sense Foundation and all the CRISPR tech and whatever coming up. There was this Netflix series about sleeving, unsleeving. Does anyone remember the name?
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Carbon, yeah.
This is the beginnings of those rich guys that just keep reprinting themselves and live forever. This is your chance to be that guy. Let's go.
There's some truth to that. It's not the way I want to go out. I'll just leave it to my grandkids. But is it really you if it's a
It's
newly
not.
printed
No,
version of
it's
you and
just
you're just
your
moving over
memory.
system state to a new body? Is it really
It's a
you, or is
soulless
it a
rich
copy of you?
prick.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how I feel about it too. But those of you who think that is the kind of life you want to live, better get on board with the gain train if you want to be able to make something like that a reality in the future. So T-Hex, if you had $10,000 to invest today, would you split it between Hex and Pulse Chain, or would you put it all into Pulse Chain when it launches? Let's
do a round.
Simple. Yeah, you've got this.
Everybody answer it.
Well, okay. Well, I'll
All
go
in
first. I'll go first. But you've got you've worded this incorrectly.
Yeah.
You put it all into Hex now because it's going to be on the Pulse Chain, and then when it's on the Pulse, when Hex is on the Pulse Chain, you can trade it for Pulse if you think that it's going to appreciate more than the Hex on Pulse Chain. But the thing is if you've got $10,000 to invest today at today's Hex prices, I personally would be buying more Hex. That's all there is to it. I'm going to get a copy on both sides.
There was a long answer for he's gonna buy Hex.
I'm going to buy Hex. I'm going to buy Hex, and then maybe I might diversify into some Pulse once it's live on the other side.
And stake it.
And stake it.
I would do 50-50.
Okay, Wales.
Okay. He's on a phone call.
He's
Okay, Papa.
Okay. Can I see it again, please?
Nope.
Can I call a friend?
I need
Nope.
to see it.
Maybe
Can I call a friend?
if
No,
I
no, no,
50,
because I think I
50
detect a
Joker.
okay, because there's a fallacy in this question. First of
Okay.
all, you can't invest today in Pulse Chain.
Yep.
You can be a dipshit and sacrifice, or you can
good
hold
point.
that shit in Hex now as dry powder, get the duplicate, and
Yep.
buy Pulse on the other side, just like KNTX says. You cannot split that between Pulse Chain and Hex right now and get a good deal. No fucking
You
way.
can
And
wait
hope
with
that the
the
bridge
second
is
half.
active within like the first days or so.
That's
like
a
a big-
technicality.
Many many possibilities, many uncertainties. I
Your
would
answer?
put everything in Hex. 10K. Let's go.
Yep.
Get the double on
Me
the other
too.
side.
Mhm.
Cryptomatic.
Yes, all in Hex and stake it. That's for me is the only play, especially now because it looks like we're pumping a little with the Kinetics pump at
Oh,
17.8.
I give all you guys the credit on that one.
cents right now, so
I've
you
got
want to
no
be quick.
influence in this community. I found
Nah,
nobody ever listens
No
to me.
financial
So
advice.
they listen to the smart guys on the stream. So thank you guys for being here.
I
We
would
see
put it
those
all
short-term
in Shiba.
Can-
In Shiba.
Let's go.
Oh wow! Look at that.
And thank you, Jasper. Jasper has been a
Yes,
big
Jasper
supporter of this. He's
very
been a
nice.
big fan and supporter of this show since the very beginning. Caught you live, we candid plebs out. We are the losers calling for 6 cents now. Love you guys. You rock. No, Jasper, you rock, brother. We appreciate you. I will go ahead and bring the Shiv idiot back up. But
I remember being in a
Shitty
very,
Let's
very
go,
similar
Shiba.
moment
Let's
in Bitcoin.
go.
In Bitcoin, when it went down, the worst thought and the worst time for Bitcoin was when it dropped off the ledge from 6K to down to
Oh.
3K.
That was funny.
Everybody was panicking. There was no good news. It was just bleak. Everybody was hating on each other. But that was the bottom. That was the best time to buy for like a month
the
or
best.
so.
Yep. That's just.
And I was sitting there and doing TA and looking like I might go down to 1K because that was the previous all-time high. And
well, I like
DCA was the right thing to do.
Yes, it was. And Metallic Elmo, I love what he says here because it goes to your point there, Das Bomb. When Twitter and Telegram turn into a shit show, that's a great bottom sign to me. Meanwhile, we sit back and wait. That's exactly right. It couldn't have gotten any worse, any more doom and gloom on Twitter when Bitcoin dropped down to $3,700. That was the time to buy. That was the bottom sign. That was the time for everybody to say, hey, I'm YOLOing in right now. Because then we ran up to 65K. And now we've hit 66 now, I think. I don't watch prices a lot, guys. You will find I am not a great source to get the pricing from because I don't care. I'm staked. I'm making
What is a
trustless
Bitcoin?
APY.
The people that are stake are trying to build for the future of the product. They're trying to build avenues. They're trying to build to increase the audience. They're trying to make connections like Funding Gym does to other industries. They're trying to expand the use case. They're trying to build exchanges.
I tried to stream in Slovak.
Yeah.
Even small things. There are people that are printing stickers. I've seen already people using the sticker templates. The road tour is still going on. The US road tour is still going on. Everybody is contributing in what their circle of influence is.
Yep, absolutely. We all have skills. If we can just deploy those skills to getting in front of more eyes, it's not going to take long for us to turn around. I've got an amazing team building out traditional finance products and things that are going to help Hexicans going forward into the future for the long term. Like I've got, and the thing is that the team found me, honestly, and they are just the best of people, salt of this earth, honest, hardworking, trustworthy people that I was like, these are the kind of guys I want to do business with. These are the guys that are going to provide solutions to the problems that Hexicans have and help us live a freer world and save on taxes and protect our assets for generations. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, and I turn away a lot of opportunities. I don't have time. There's so many good things that people put on my plate that I'm trying to network other people that can make those things happen. There's a whole ecosystem being built around Hex and Pulse, guys. A whole ecosystem that maybe someday can even circumvent the fiat on the need for a fiat on ramp, and maybe we can start doing commerce in some of these with this ecosystem and be able to trade goods and services for. I don't want to do that with Hex, but I think Pulse and potential new stable coins that come out on Pulse, and the ability for Pulse to do microtransactions for utility tokens on platforms that actually serve a use case. Like there's so many things in the background I see being built, guys. It has never been more bullish. And all of you guys that are just looking at the shiny new objects and the Pulse doges and the Shiba Inus and all the crap that is just going to get rugged on you, good luck to you guys, man. I'm looking at the long term. I'm looking at stuff that actually is sustainable.
Don't call Shiba shit. It's great. It's the next technology.
You fucking
Go back to bed.
It is such a weird concept.
Take
to
your
me. Like,
medication.
if you really want to do something good for the future of mankind and build something that's supposed to last for like at least a decade, maybe, right? Even 5 years, a 5-year plan usually, right? Like a business plan.
Yep.
Why would you make it a meme that's funny and where so many have failed and just dropped before? Like, why would you go there? I don't get this.
Yep.
It's...
I don't get it either. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you think that has legs, hopefully you're smart enough to
It has
think
paws.
if you're participating. Yeah, right. It has paws. But so I think that the thing that needs to be thought about with these guys is if you guys are participating in this meme culture crap, like you guys better have a plan ahead of time for exiting on the pump before the dump. That's all I have to say. If you guys are participating in this crap coin stuff, you guys need to be finding a good exit point and taking some profits, and then maybe put it into something legitimate that has real legs. So I'm waiting for it. It's not coming through on our. There it is.
wow.
Crypto Scout 24. Thank you for the 20 euros. When Robert Kiyosaki will do his Hex Pulse podcast, we're going from pre-viral to viral mode soon after.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
I know
Maybe.
nothing about this. I know nothing, so I'm just gonna sit back and be quiet.
Yeah,
If,
it's like who
Gary
wants to be the
can't
first to
secure
break
that-
it?
If Gary can't secure that, then we got to shame Gary. What a high bar we've set for the poor guy.
I
Well,
know.
you showed us a picture of him. Now
He
where's
said
the
it's
goods?
himself. Like, it's his fault.
Yeah, but he's trying though. He's met him in Miami again now, in Phoenix, I believe. So he's really on his heels. So I think eventually it'll push through.
Well, he has to, otherwise we will shame him.
Shame.
Shame,
yeah. Right. Shame. Game of Thrones. Walk through the street naked.
Can I give a
Gary
shout out real
Thrones.
quick to a couple of new Hex streamers?
Of
Can I do that,
course,
Kinetic?
please do.
In 2 hours from now, actually it's tonight at 7 p.m. I'm going live with the Hex Grassroots. There's some new young guys, new Hex streamers. It's a German setup. They're streaming out of Berlin, but they're broadcasting in English.
Nice.
And they had Uncle Kevin Hex
Hold
from
on.
Uncle Kevin last week on from the Hex Agents.
Nice.
So and they wanted to interview me tonight. So if you want to hear more about my 9.8 average stake length, how that came about, so tune into Hex Grassroots in
Hex
2 hours from now.
Grassroots. Love it. All right. Yeah, I did want to put is Wales on hold with a fan factory.
No, I'm back, guys.
Can you highlight the next one?
He's just in a
Scott,
fan
please?
factory. He's just not on hold with one. So
DJ Cryptomatic, did they screw up? Didn't they invite you to Hex Gray Roots?
Thanks.
Can you highlight the next one from Scott,
We'll
please?
bring the
Kinetic?
Shiba.
You are so
Scott
funny,
Montana.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Can you highlight the one from Scott
I
Montana,
think
please?
you mean this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like to throw out a word of caution here. Anybody who is using the same name as the main project, I would be very careful with that. Like, when was the last time that a project named Ethereum came out big? Where are all those projects? Where are they?
Did you see Ethereum Meta overshot
What?
Ethereum's market cap on Nomics?
Nobody asked me what that was. I didn't know. I was like,
literally for like an hour, it was the #2 coin by market cap on Nomics.com. Ethereum Meta, just
Man,
the point,
look,
and it's the same concept of what you're talking about, Dasbomb.
And then look also at the history of all the Bitcoin things. Bitcoin something. What happened to all those? Learn from history.
Bitcoin Cash is the best thing since the internet.
In case you didn't know, Hex was called in the very beginning, in a very, very concept beginning. It was Bitcoin Hex.
Yeah.
It was somewhat something that the founder, Richard Hart, went back on and changed it immediately when he realized what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a very quick change for that.
Well, it was not
What
quick
we are
enough,
dealing
'cause
with
I
is a
printed my
completely
shirt.
independent product. It's Hex. It's not a copy of something. We are not here to steal cloud like projects that are trying to do that with the name. If you have something of value that you're bringing to the market that you want other people to use, to be of value for other people, that's how you create something worthwhile. You give value to many other people. This is what a business is.
Yeah, exactly what a business
You
is.
want to have a unique name for that. You want to be recognizable. You don't want to be the, oh yeah, I know about ETH, it's the Ethereum. You want to be the thing. You want to be Hex.
Yes.
That's what you want to be. You want to be Pulse.
So
Nothing else.
You're saying
Pulse
that
outro.
my new coin, Bearded Doge, is not a good idea?
It's a shit
No.
idea.
Oh,
Excuse my language. I apologize.
Pulse
all he
outro.
Clouting the cloud.
All he does is promising on to create a coin that never came.
He's just trying to make it. The island boy.
I'm an island boy. Staring at the sun.
Oh, jeez. In a year, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna look back at this video and laugh. You're gonna say, "Well, that didn't age well with the Island Boys
No,
thing."
it will not age well. No. When they're
I'm a
obscure
one-hit
and obsolete-
wonder.
Yeah.
Down to the top.
Oh, with my Q-tip head.
I hope they're smart enough to invest all the money that they make, not only in their teeth, but also in things that last them a long time.
Really, does Bomb? Do you think those are the types who
I had
invest
to hawk
all of
my
their money?
grill.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Maybe, who knows?
I just hope, or maybe there is some parent or something or some manager that
Some manager,
speaks to them like, hey, maybe you want to have
A Hex
an
manager.
investment somewhere.
Hex customer support.
Oh boy.
Yeah, by the way, guys, that doesn't exist, so don't fall for that scam. Oh, just send me your keys. We'll help you out with that wallet problem you're having.
Dude,
There have been
amazing how
scams
people fall
with
for
customer support going on for 2 or 3 days until they buckled. Like there is actually people sitting there supporting and helping and sending the correct answers and giving actual technical support.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very, very end, like 2 or 3 days later, they come back to you and say, here, I got, by the way, I helped you 2 or 3 days ago. Here, you should also try out this app. And then it will ask you for your fucking keys.
Yeah.
Do not fall for it. Be
or
very
they'll ask you to
careful.
sign a contract digitally, and if you sign the transaction, you're rinsed. So please don't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
They try to buy your trust, and then they fuck you over on the back end. Be very careful with anybody. That's in private channels. Do not go into private channels or
That's
DMs.
right. That's right. You'll find the answers in Hex and pulsechain.com chat. So I love this. Kids that look like that don't have parents that make smart investments. I love that. So I just want to, we're about to leave here, but with this Twin Fam, nobody's saying not to take profits. I said that earlier. Take profits. You got 1,000x and it's changing your life. Awesome. Don't be a freaking retard. Yes, I said it, a retard, and dump millions of dollars on a market sell. That is just dumb. There's better ways to sell that. Don't be a freaking moron either if you're that person. I don't know if that's you or not. Take profits. Increase your family's wealth. Increase your lifestyle. That's life-changing wealth. That's fantastic, but do it responsibly. Don't be a retard. So
take profits, make the profits work for you. Live a good life. If you have the gains, that's good for you. Use it for your family, use it for your loved ones. This is part of the distribution.
Yep.
The moment you let go of your hacks, somebody else will profit from that.
Yep.
It's part of the game.
Pulse outro.
Sure.